What's good, what is good, my sizers? We're back again with another video, and today we'll be going over the Palms grand reopening. So last night, April 27th, 2022, the Palms grand reopening occurred at 9 o'clock, open to the public. Now, I grew up going to the Palms, and the only thing that stuck out to me that was different and new was this restaurant right here by the tables. Everything else is practically the same. This is still the same food court. They still have McDonald's, Panda Express, Earl sandwiches, chronic tacos, and coffee bean available in the food court, which is always next to the movie theater. So here's the deal with the Brendan Theaters. They are still remodeling it, so it was not open tonight at the grand reopening. However, it will be open April 29th, 2022. So be on the lookout for that, because honestly, out of all the movie theaters here in Vegas, Brendan Theaters is one of my favorites. And just to give you guys another look, Chronic Tacos is closer to the Brendan Theaters rather than the sports book. Also, another minor detail I noticed is the amount of tables that they have in their food court. I'm pretty sure they have a lot more tables than last time. But this is their sports book. It's located right across the way from the food court. And honestly, their sports book looked really nice. While we were at the grand opening, they had a live band playing. And then my dad just kind of walked around the sports book to show you guys like what it looks like. And it looks super comfortable. It's super like VIP status for sure, but just to be clear, it is a William Hill sportsbook. Again, it is a William Hill sportsbook. But in between the sportsbook and the food court is this bar here, and honestly, it'd be a pretty hard bar to miss, only because it's right in the middle of the floor plan. Another small detail I noticed is this restaurant right here. It's called Mabel's Barbecue. It is definitely a new restaurant. It was not at the Old Palms. So this is right next to the sportsbook on the right, and they also have the High Limit located on the right as well if you just keep walking there. And this is kind of like a sneak peek of what's inside of the High Limit. So your High Limit room has loads of tables, and don't worry because they also have a slot machine, but as you can see in the back to the right here, they also have a bar. So that's pretty cool too. So it definitely seems very intimate for your gambling, just to make you feel comfortable, especially since they provide sofas in the corners. Next to the High Limit is this beautiful butterfly portrait, and there's steps for you to go up and take a picture next to it. Also, here are some more table games. They definitely had more table games by the main entrance of the casino, and those were the ones that were popping. And they also have a center bar as well, and this is another sneak peek of their bar. And I'm going to be honest with you, this bar was really cool, but at the same time terrifying, because there was a shark split into 3 pieces as like the centerpiece. But this bar has a DJ. Don't know if that's because it was a grand reopening or if that's what they're always going to do. But as you can see, these people were vibing and jamming with my dad. So we love to see it. Honestly, this bar reminds me of the Cosmopolitan's Chandelier Bar because it's a full 360. The only thing that's different is that this is a 1-story versus the Chandelier Bar had like 2 or 3 stories to it, I believe. But yeah, because it's very open and just 360, and it's got really nice decorations inside of it. So yeah, this is like their center bar and lounge. And this bar here is called the Unknown, rightfully so, because, well, they have a shark as their centerpiece, cut into 3. So that's pretty unknown. But here's another angle of their tables. Their tables were constantly busy no matter what. Like, their tables stayed busy even well after their grand reopening. Also, because it was a grand reopening, they did have an after party where you had to be over 21 to enter, so clearly I couldn't go. However, because I was filming this for you guys, I got to meet fellow YouTubers such as Norma, Jacob's Life in Vegas, Pomsy. So obviously I was really excited because, well, I watch these people religiously, so it was just so exciting to meet them and get to know them. And also, not only did I get to meet them, but somebody else recognized me. Another YouTuber recognized me. And his channel is Vegas Confessions Podcast. So honestly, to not only be able to meet some of the people I watch on YouTube religiously, but to also be recognized while I'm talking to them, that was crazy. And honestly, that made my night. I mean, whose night wouldn't it have made, right? So that was really cool. This is their registration area, and honestly, it's so cute with the neon lights saying "Wish you were here." And here's just a little overview of what their gaming floor plan looks like for their slot machines, because I know I haven't really showed that, but don't worry, because Palms definitely has slot machines there. It wouldn't really be a fun casino if they didn't. They also have a store called the Shag Store. It's next to the registration, located on the right side. And they have Scotch Prime, which I believe is a restaurant. And then this is where the after party was. That leads to their pools. I couldn't go in, but I made my parents go in, so I have some footage for you on that a little bit later on in this video. Next to that, however, was a pizza spot that honestly reminded me of Secret Pizza, which is also at the Cosmopolitan, because it constantly stayed busy and it always smelled good regardless what time it was. And to the right of this pizza place is a hallway that leads you to your rooms, and honestly I just kept this in here because of the artwork. I thought was really nice, and the neon lights again that say anything but ordinary. I thought that was really cool. And I don't know, just their decoration was very uppity. It reminded me so much of Cosmopolitan that I loved it, because Cosmopolitan is one of my favorite casinos, believe it or not. And this is their cafe. Their cafe also stayed really busy, and their food smelled really good. But their cafe is located next to their spa as well. I'll show you that hallway later. But I have very exciting news, because we all know the Palms used to have a buffet, and because of COVID, nobody's really opening up buffets. But the Palms buffet is all you can eat. That's what it's called. And it's opening. So that was very exciting because, well, we need a new buffet. And honestly, theirs is one of the better ones. But they also have the same restaurant that's next to the buffet called Send Noodles. And this is their box office, because they are the ones that have the Pearl Theater. It's a concert theater, and this is where I got to see Niall Horan, so I'm very familiar with this theater. And honestly, there was no bad seatings, so I definitely recommend going to any concert you can at the Pearl Theater, because it's going to be worth it. There was no bad seatings when I went to go see Niall Horan. Here's another view of some more tables. Like I said, their tables constantly stayed busy. Oh, so this is the experience that my dad had trying to get into this after party. He just asked them a question, and then they had to check his ID, and then he was in like Flynn. So I just wanted to give you guys this little experience to kind of give you like a point of view. And honestly, while I was editing this video, this part especially made me feel very important, because when he gets through these double doors, honestly, it just gives a very like high maintenance vibe, and it makes you feel like you're important. And when he entered through those double doors to get to the pool's after party, like everyone greeted them. Like everyone was so friendly and partying it up, and just, oh, I loved the atmosphere here. So this is what their pool area looks like. Again, y'all, it was absolutely crowded. Literally so many people. But they had live entertainment there, people on stilts walking around. Like, honestly, it reminds me of Circus Circus, but straight up for adults. Honestly, I think a very notable thing to put in here is those swings, those seats that those women are sitting on with those ring seats. Yeah, those are chairs, and they swing. I thought that was so cool. Like, when I turn 21 and I go to a casino's pool, I'm going to the Palms strictly for that. Also, I believe those are jacuzzis on the floor right there. But as we could see, that it is flush with the floor. So just be careful and don't get drunk enough to where you can't walk. That way you don't trip and fall. But yeah, these are the guys on stilts I was telling you about. They have lights, and honestly, they were like the life of the party. Like, they carried it. Good for them. They also had live entertainment out here as well, because this is where they had their VIP booths and cabanas and stuff. So overall, it was a really cool experience. As you can see here, they have more like arcade games outside. And honestly, it just was really a nice setup, because they had loads of games. They have foosball, video games. They also had life-size Jenga. So actually, this part reminds me of like Park MGM, and how the outside, like the actual park part of it, has like all these games for adults and stuff. So it was a very nice setup. I definitely liked it. But as you can tell, it was super windy outside. And here's just another overview of the crowd and the stage, because it's very spacious, but also too, like, there is a lot of people here. So that's good to know that, like, it's spacious, because it doesn't look like it felt crowded there. Like, you know, everyone had a little bit of wiggle room. But that's about all I have to show you guys for today. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below any other videos you want me to do, and I will go out and do them. And be sure to smash that subscribe button down there while you're at it. Also, I just want to say a huge thank you to Norma, Pompsy, Vegas Confessions podcast for like just talking to me and being super chill. I loved it. Thank you guys so much. And they also ended the night with fireworks.